Good morning friends. This video I am describing about numerical integration using Simpson's rule. In the previous video I have already discussed numerical integration using trapezoidal rules. In Simpson's rule, here also the same thing, only difference is we are using the formula integral a to b f of x dx equal to h by 3 y0 plus yn plus 4 into y1 plus y3 plus y5 plus etc. yn minus 1 plus 2 into y2 plus y4 plus y6 etc. yn minus 1. Here the difference is, first take the similar to the previous case, first take the initial term and the final term first. Then separate the terms into odd terms and the even terms, and first take the sum of all odd terms and multiply it with 4, and take the sum of all even terms and multiply it with 2. This is the difference with the trapezoidal rule and the Simpson's rule. Here h is calculated using the same formula, upper limit b minus lower limit a divided by n equals subintervals, so it is n. Then each yi can be calculated, yi equal to f of xi, that is putting the value of each xi in the given function f of x. Xi can be calculated using xi equal to a plus I into h. Here a is the lower limit, I is the each I value, that is in x0 I will be 0, in x1 I will be equal to 1, and for x2 I will be equal to 2, etc. up to n, that is x0 to xn we need to calculate the value of y, that is y0 to yn. So each yi we need to calculate the value of xi, so x0 to xn we will be calculating using the formula this. Let's see with an example. Here the question is, evaluate integral 0 to 6 1 by 1 plus x square dx using Simpson's rule, and divide it into six equal parts. This interval, this equal parts n, the value of n may not be given in the question paper. In those cases, you can you have to take it yourself. You have to decide the value of n. Here n is equal to 6, and we can calculate the value of h using the formula upper limit. Here the upper limit is 6, upper limit minus lower limit is 0 here. So 6 minus 0 divided by n is 6, so h is 1. Then I need to calculate the value of each xi in order to calculate the value of each yi. Here xi is calculated using the formula a plus I into h. Here x0 is, a is the lower limit, that is 0 plus I value x0, 0 into h value is 1 here, so 1, 0 plus 0 into 1, that is 0. Again x1 is calculated, 0 plus 1 into 1, then x2 is calculated with the formula 0 plus 2 into 1, then 0 plus 3 into 1 x3, 0 plus 4 into 1 x4, 0 plus 5 into 1 x5, etc. up to x6 we have calculated. And we need to provide each value of x in the equation given f of x, that is 1 by 1 plus x square. So f of x0, that is f of 0. F of 0 means 1 by, instead of x we need to provide the value as 0. 1 by 1 plus 0 square, that is 1. So y0 will be equal to 1. Then I need to find the value of y1. y1 is 1, x1 is 1. So f of x1 is y1. That is f of 1. f of 1 is 1 by 1 plus 1 square, that is 1 by 2, that is 0.5. Like I need to calculate y0, y1, y2, y3, y5 and y6. After calculating all these values, I can put these values in this equation, h by 3 into y0 plus yn, etc. this. That is integral a to b f of x dx will be equal to h by 3 into, that is here h is 1, so 1 by 3 into initial term y0 plus yn. y0 is 1 and yn is 0.027, y0 plus yn plus 4 into all odd terms, y1 plus y3 plus y5, see y1 plus 0.5 plus 0.1 plus 0.0384. Then next is 2 into all even terms, that is 2 into y2 plus y4 plus y6. So after calculating this, I'll be getting the value as 1.36606. This is the value of this integral f of x dx. This is about the problem. Hope you understand. Now let's move on to the program. Program is very easy. Here we need to calculate three things. One thing is h. For calculating the value of h, we are using the formula a plus I into h. And for calculating value of each exercise, I am using a plus I into h, the formula a plus I into h. Then next is I need to calculate the value of f of x for each exercise. For calculating this f of x, I am defining a function. So first is define a function fn. Here my function name is fn. This is a user defined function. So float is the return value, fn is the function name. Then I am passing exercise to each exercise to this function. So float x. Then inside this I am declaring a local variable r in order to receive the result. R equal to, here the given function is 1 by 1 plus x square. So 1 by 1 plus power of x comma 2. If the given function is any else, any other than 1 by 1 plus x square, it may be given in your question. Then you need to replace this calculation as the given function. So here it is 1 by 1 plus x square. So 1 by 1 plus x square is power of x comma 2. And returning the value of r, that is result is stored in r, so return r. This is the function, that is this function is used to calculate the value of each yi's. Next is I need to get the value of upper limit and lower limit from the user, that is enter the lower limit of the integration, that is stored in the variable a. Then enter the upper limit of the integration, that is stored in the variable b. Enter the subinterval, that is I need to know how many subintervals I need to divide, that is stored in the variable n. The next is I need to calculate the value of h. For calculating the value of h, the formula is b minus a by n. Then as I need to calculate the value of each xi, by using that xi, I can calculate the value of yi. So for xi means x0 to xn I need to calculate. So I is equal to 0 to I less than or equal to n. That is 0 to, say suppose in our example n was 6. So 0 to 6 up to 6 I need to calculate. So here it is I is less than or equal to n. I have to use inside the loop. Then x value is calculated using x equal to a plus I into h. That is for each I value I can calculate the value of xi. So that is for first time initial I value is 0. So it is calculated as x equal to a plus 0 into h. A is the lower limit. Then each yi is passing this calculated x value to the function fn of x. Fn of x is already defined here. First x value will be equal to 0. So 0, 1 by 1 plus 0, that is 1 will return. So here y0 will be equal to 1. In the second case, x1 will be equal to a is 0 plus 1 into 1. I is 1. So 1 into 1, 1. So here fn of 1 will pass. So in the function 1 by 1 plus power of x is 1, 1 comma 2, that is 1 by 2. So y of 1 will be equal to 0.5, then y2 is 0.2, 0.1, and up to y6 this loop will get executed and this will calculate all the yi's. Next is after calculating the yi's, I need to put the same in this formula, right? If I want to calculate this formula, I need to get the value of sum of odd terms and sum of even terms. And it will start from y1 to yn minus 1, and here it is start from y2 to yn minus 1. Here what I am doing is I am taking first y0 and I am checking whether the index is even or odd. If the index is even, then it will be added to the sum of y even sum. And if the index value is odd means that sum will be added to, that value will be added to y odd sum. That is what I am calculating here. That is I am calculating y even sum and y odd sum. Here keep in mind y even sum and y odd sum is declared as float variable, and also I have initialized it as 0 in the initial step. Okay, here First take I is equal to 1 to, that is y1 to yn minus 1. I need to find the sum of odd as well as even. So the loop start from I equal to 1 and I n minus 1. That's why I is less than n here. I am not using I is less than or equal to n in the like a previous loop. Here I n minus 1 till n minus 1 I need to execute the loop. So here it is I is less than n only I am taking, so that the loop will execute till the value of I is equal to n minus 1. And after taking each I need to check whether I index is 0. That is the sum I need to calculate differently. Y sum, Y even sum as well as odd sum I need to calculate. Again I know an index is even or orders. Again divide the index value with 2 and take its remainder, that is I mod 2. Take the mod value and check if it is equal to 0. If it is equal to 0 means that index value is an even value. So that y even sum I need to add that corresponding value to y even sum. Y even sum equal to y even sum plus y of I. Then else means that is this mod doesn't give a value 0. If the mod 2 is not giving a value 0 means if I am getting an any remainder means it is an odd term. So odd index has to be added with odd sum. Y odd sum will be equal to y odd sum plus y of I. After executing this loop, after terminating this loop, y even sum will contain the value of y1, y3, y even sum will contain the value of y2, y4, y6, etc. yn minus 1, and y odd sum will contain the value of y1 plus y3 plus etc. yn minus 1. So after executing this loop, next is again put the values in the formula. Formula is, that is in is the variable I used to take the result. In is equal to integral in is equal to h by 3 into initial value y0, y of 0. Initial value is in y of 0 and final value is in y of n. Then plus 4 into y1 plus, that is y1 plus y3 plus y etc. n minus 1 will be in y odd sum. So 4 into y odd sum plus 2 into y2 plus y4 plus etc. is in y even sum. 2 into y even sum. After calculating this, that is after executing this statement, I will be getting the value of integral in the variable in. So I can use Cout. Required value of the integration is in. In will contain the value of integration in and return 0. Hope you understand. Thank you.